I beg to stand on the protocol already observed. Good morning. I will start by congratulating the All Progressive Congress for this wonderful initiative under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje. It takes purposeful leadership to come up with such initiative. When I got this invitation and went to it, what came to my mind is, oh, this is an open door for inclusivity. And IPAC will grab this opportunity to see how we can bring all other political parties to work with the ruling party to see that we have a better Nigeria for all of us. So I will take this message to other political parties to see what we can use this opportunity to have every voice of Nigeria contributing to the governance of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I've been asked to invite here briefly on behalf of the APC State Chairman Forum. We have the National State APC Chairman. Is he here? Please, can we give him a big round of applause?
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. Your Excellency, the Senate President ably represented by the Deputy Senate President, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Chairman of our great party and members of the working committee, the chairman of Progressive Governors Forum and governor of Ondo State. By the grace of God, he will be re-elected very soon. Ministers and other invited guests, let me stand on the existing protocol. Ours is always showing the difference. When we move forward, others will follow. I know of a democratic institute that has never been, and by the grace of God, I don't think it will be. Research is about problem solving. Research is about showing the direction for progress in our lives. So we thank you, our chairman, and we thank the APC. We, the state chapter, are solely behind this project because it will enhance our thinking, it will enhance our progress, and it will drive us towards success. Thank you very much. And we'll continue to support you. We'll continue to support the government. We'll continue to support our leader, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, there is hunger, and by the grace of God, he is doing everything possible, because for every situation, there must be a solution. So by the grace of God, the solution is coming through APC, no any other person, because it is the same people that are talking. Nobody different from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We thank you very much.
Thank you very much. While he was speaking, I decided to do some little research, and I found out that the APC is the very first to have its own progressive institute or institute registered by the Corporate Affairs Commission, respected by the Ministry of Education, and it's also recognized by a lot of institutions of higher learning. Please can we give a TPI a big round of applause. I would want to also recognize a very good friend of mine. He's been very quiet, Right Honorable Babangida Ngoroje, OFR. He is a former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives. He is the Sardaunan Garkwan Sardauna. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Thank you. I'll now call on Dr. Shola to take over from here.
Thank you very much, all our distinguished guests of honor, for your goodwill messages. Now I would like to invite Right Honorable Professor Julius Ihumvare, OON DSSRS House Leader, representing the Speaker House of Representatives, for his short remarks. A round of applause for him as he steps forward.
I am Julius Ihumvare, representing the Speaker, who is on assignment with the Vice President at the moment. He sends his greetings to you all. Let me join others in appreciating the leadership of the nation and our party, in particular the Senate President ably represented, the SGF, our National Chairman, Chairman Governors Forum, and the governors that are here, and members of the National Working Committee. I believe that what we are doing here today is not just groundbreaking, but actually long overdue. But Larry, whom I have known for decades, is somebody who has the energy, the intellect, the network, and the capacity, and even the capability to put the right thing in the right place and ensure that this institute will deliver. Your task is heavy. A progressive institute must define for the membership of the party, their admirers and followers, what it takes to be progressive. What are those values, actions that you must avoid and you must take, that people will know that you are indeed progressive? And you have to build the necessary linkages. I think Father Kuka was trying to allude to that, within and beyond. But you have to be careful, because like Fela used to say, dirty mouth cannot talk clean thing. A reactionary, a pro-status quo politician, a chronic conservative cannot comfort with progressive ideas, progressive analysis, progressive networks, progressive conclusions, and progressive projections that you need to advise the party and the leadership of the country. I want to congratulate the national chairman and the party, congratulate you, and be rest assured that the House of Representatives is available to work with you, just the way we're working with many of our development partners. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. We want to thank the leader of the House, representing the Speaker. We moved a step further. We would want to call on the Deputy Senate President, who will be giving his remarks on behalf of the Senate President. Please come and put our hands together for Senator Barrow Jibril.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Minister of Agriculture, Senator Habu Kyari. Your Excellency, the Chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum and the Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodimma, and his colleague, the Governor of Ondo State, Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, the governor of Kogi State, represented by the deputy governor, Your Excellency, the chairman of the largest party in Africa, the chairman of the APC, our own Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, Your Excellency, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, the honorable ministers that are here, the Minister of Science and Technology, and my sister, even though the science minister is also my brother, and my sister, the FCT Minister of State, the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto State, of Sokoto, Father Matthew Kuka, my brother, the former Deputy Governor of Kano State, His Excellency Nasiru Gawuna, all members of the APC Working Committee and the other executive of the party that are here, especially the chairman of the state chapters, distinguished members of the Board of Trustees of our party, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here representing the Senate President, who is the chairman of this event, but who is currently out of this country. He would love to be here, but for the fact that he's not in the country. I will therefore go straight away to read his address. Today we stand at the threshold of a momentous occasion, one that transcends the mere unveiling of a new institution. We gather not only to celebrate the birth of the Progressive Institute, but to ignite the fierce vision, an indomitable vision of progress, unity, and hope for our beloved nation. This institute shall be our beacon of enlightenment, a sanctuary for transformative ideas, and a catalyst for the profound change we so ardently seek. It is a solemn commitment to the future we all yearn for, a Nigerian that flourishes through innovation, inclusivity, and unwavering resilience. Let us take a moment to pay tribute to our esteemed President, His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who embodies the very spirit of progress in his steadfast leadership. We owe a debt of gratitude to our party chairman and his remarkable team for birthing this vital project, strengthening our dedication to the values and ethos that define us as progressives. As we embark on this noble journey, let us pause to reflect on the profound significance of this movement. The Progressive Institute is not merely a think tank. It is a sacred space where the voices of our people will resound, where the formidable challenges that confront us will be met with innovative solutions grounded in rigorous research and collaborative spirit. Here, we shall cultivate the leaders of tomorrow, empowering them with the knowledge and tools they need to navigate the complexities of governance in this modern age. In the spirit of unity, we must boldly acknowledge that our strength lies in our rich diversity. We are a magnificent tapestry of cultures, languages, and perspectives, woven together by a shared commitment to the relentless progress of our nation. This institute shall serve as a platform for spirited dialogue, fostering understanding and collaboration among all stakeholders, be they policymakers, scholars, or the vibrant voices of our civil society. As we unveil this institute today, let us hold there the words of those valiant souls who came before us, those who fought tirelessly for democracy, justice, and equality. We stand upon their shoulders, and it's our solemn duty to honor their legacy by striving for a Nigeria that embodies our highest aspirations. A Nigeria where every citizen is afforded the opportunity to thrive, where innovation knows no bounds, and where our children can dream without limits. We find ourselves at a pivotal juncture in our history. The challenges that lie ahead are formidable, but together we shall rise to meet them with courage and resolve. The Progressive Institute shall be a sanctuary for audacious ideas, a home for research that transforms our policies, and a rallying point for all who dare to believe in the promise of a brighter tomorrow. So, let us see this opportunity with unyielding hype and determination. Let us unite our voices and efforts to forge a future that is not the privilege of the few, but the birthright of all Nigerians. Together, we can cultivate a new era of progress, one rooted in compassion, equity, and shared prosperity. Thank you for being here today and for your unwavering belief in the power of progress. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Can we please give him another round of applause? Thank you. I've just been informed that our meeting today is being transmitted live. So I just want to put our presenters and those who are making remarks to note that we are on television live. I'll call on my co-compare, Dr. Shola, to take over from here.
All right, so moving swiftly on to the next item on the agenda. I would like to invite His Excellency, Chief Hope Odidika Uzodima, the Chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum and Executive Governor of Imo State, to deliver the inaugural address on sustaining progressive ideology as the bedrock of democracy. Let's warmly welcome him to the podium.
Your Excellency, Distinguished Senator Kashim Chetima, GCON, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by Distinguished Senator Abubakar Kyari, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Your Excellency, the National Chairman of the largest party in black and white Africa, His Excellency Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, Your Excellency, my dear brother, the Governor of Ondo State, Lucky Ayedetiwa, distinguished Senator, my dear brother and friend, Senator George Akume, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Honorable Ministers, starting from the Honorable Minister for Science, Innovation and Technology, Chief Uche Naji, the Minister of State, FCT, Dr. Mariam Mahmoud. Oh my God. The chairman of this great occasion, my apologies please, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, ably represented by our dear brother, the Deputy Senate President, and our dear Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, ably represented also. GSP, please, I'm very sorry for the misappropriation. Members of the Federal Executive Council here present, the National Secretary of our great party, and members of the National Working Committee, my Lord, the Kali Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Bishop Hassan Kuka, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Director General of the Progressive Institute, management and staff of the Institute, members of our great party from both the national and subnational levels, our state chairman of our great party, women leaders, youth groups of APC, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I feel truly honored to be part of the history we are making today with the formal unveiling of the Progressive Institute. First of all, this occasion is happening under my watch as the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, which on its own makes me a part of this milestone event. Yet, in addition, the national leadership of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, still deemed it fit that I should deliver the inaugural address on this special occasion. For that, I feel also greatly honored indeed. However, I think what is more important is the brilliant idea behind the conceptualization of the Progressive Institute. It is a great idea that is being actualized at the right time and for the right reasons. Over the years, many have seen politics in Nigeria as a means for quick and primitive acquisition of wealth. But in reality, a good number of our politicians, through their conduct, give vent to this public perception. The worst of all is the public perception of political parties as a mere vehicle for the acquisition of power. Because many politicians have bought into this perception, they change their political party as if it were a piece of cloth. The idea that if one vehicle breaks down, abandon it and join the next available one. What matters to many such politicians is the end and not the means. If truth must be told, I think many of us may fit this description. But I believe, however, that there is time for everything. There is time for freestyle wrestling in politics, where political parties serve as mere vehicles to attain political power. There is also time for the incubation of ideas to drive the political process. There is time for ideas or ideologies to be proper and to drive the polity. In our case, the time is now. After many years of trial and error with democracy, and after the defeat of 25 years of uninterrupted democratic governance, the time has come for our politics and our political parties to be driven solely by ideology. This is why the Progressive Institute is not only a brilliant idea, but the right one at the right time. From the objectives of the Institute, it will serve as the political umpire that will ensure that elected and appointed public officers from the All Progressive Congress are constantly on track concerning adherence to the progressive ideology of our party. For me, this is a clear public notice that henceforth our great party will be driven by ideology and ideology alone. It is a further notice to politicians to decide whether they are genuinely progressive or not. This is why I believe that the leadership of our party, the APC, deserves all the commendation they can get for the initiative of this bold, refreshing, innovative, and pragmatic idea of this institute. It is also not surprising that this great initiative is being unveiled under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, a consummate progressive and the leader of our great party. Indeed, the noble objective of the Progressive Institute calls for celebration. It is a pointer to the fact that the leadership of APC is thinking ahead into the digital age, an age where the relevance of political parties will not only be measured by electoral victories alone, but by the tangible and the enduring values they can add to the dynamics of social growth and change. As an intellectual resource center and a think tank, the Progressive Institute could not only have been better designed as a catalyst for social change. This ensures that our party, the APC, is always in sync with the social dynamics of the 21st century. I doff my cap to our party and its leaders for this foresight. It is not surprising that this milestone is happening now because President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is used to be scoring first in all his endeavors. The bringing together of like minds to find the All Progressive Congress on the eve of the 2015 general elections and the defeat of an incumbent president the same year remains a feat and a first in the history of political evolution and leadership in our country, if not the continent, except for a similar feat by the Rainbow Coalition of Kenya, founded in 2005. I dare say that he set an example for other progressives across the globe. President Joe Biden of the Democratic Party in the United States defeated an incumbent president, President Donald Trump, in 2020. And only recently, Keir Starmer of the Labour Party in the UK has stirred another incumbent, Rishi Sunak. We all also know how our president fought gallantly and overcame all odds to emerge victorious at the 2023 general elections to the glory of God. That is a typical example of a progressive driven by the progressive ideology, strengthened by tenacity. That is why I was not surprised that Progressive Institute is established by our great party, coming less than 18 months after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office. With him, things usually happen. Let me therefore tap into this glorious heritage by savoring this moment that this institute took off during my tenure as the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum. By establishing this institute, we are following in the footsteps of the Democratic Leadership Council, DLC, which founded the Progressive Policy Institute in Washington, D.C. in 1989 as a centrist democratic institution. Let me reiterate my gratitude to the management of the institution for the honor granted unto me to deliver the inaugural address at the unveiling of this august institution, which, as the management has assured, will be a think tank and intellectual resource center not only for our party, but Nigeria and indeed the African continent. When I read the lofty programs outlined by the Institute, I remembered one of the fundamental factors spelled out in the manifesto of our great party, which is to attract the best brains to the party and, of course, the governance of our dear country. Looking at the array of personalities here in this hall, are we still in doubt that our party is attracting best brains to advise in the governance of our country? We did it in Lagos. We are doing it in many states. And we shall currently, as we are doing in Nigeria, come out successfully. Away from the topic suggested to me by the management to speak on, the progressive philosophy and its problematic implications on governance, I decided to interrogate and expand the topic by looking at the gamut of progressive ideology and how it impacts democracy and governance. This informed the choice of the topic, sustaining progressive ideology as a bedrock of democracy. I saw a nexus between this topic and the objectives of the Institute, especially in applying the philosophy of the progressives to attain good governance. I therefore settled for the topic because it enables us to discuss the ideology of progressives and how it can sustain democracy and good governance. Many people may not even understand the deeper meaning of the word progressive. Others may also be astounded about what ideology truly means. But given the fact that Nigerians have been accused of not playing politics of ideology, but that anything goes when political power is attained, therefore, the challenge for us as progressives is how we build a Nigeria where the daughter of a farmer in Borno State has the same opportunities as the son of a banker in Lagos. This question and challenge encapsulate the essence of our progressive vision for Nigeria. So let it be known that today, as we inaugurate the Progressive Institute, we are not just opening doors to a new building. We are opening our minds to new thinking and the new possibilities for our beloved nation. This institute represents our commitment to turning progressive concepts into real, lasting change for every Nigerian. This is so because progressive ideology goes beyond political philosophy. It is a practical approach to governance that derives meaningful change. It envisions a society where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive, regardless of their background. But what does this mean to us in Nigeria? As we tackle the complex challenges of the 21st century, a brief reference to the history of the progressive movement in the United States will suffice at this point. The primary aim of the progressive movement, which started in the United States of America at the turn of the 19th century, was to drive social and political reforms, curb corruption, and limit the influence of large corporations. The first progressives were therefore concerned with establishing and running governments that were more transparent and accountable, and whose primary purpose was to improve the society. Thus, at the center of it all, progressive ideology aims to build a society that leaves no one behind. It uses governmental power to enhance lives, cultivate social justice, and create opportunities for all. This approach requires a delicate balance, encouraging individual enterprise while safeguarding collective well-being. It is the middle way. The oldest political party in the world, the Democratic Party in the United States of America, founded in 1828, was once known as the Party of the Common Man. It was the same with the Labour Party in the United Kingdom, which was founded in 1900. It sits on the center-left of the political spectrum and won overwhelmingly in the last general election because of its appeal to the common man. What then is a progressive political party? From the foregoing, it is clear that the progressive political party is a party that means well for the common man because it embraces welfareism above extreme capitalism. When we appraise progressive ideology as a bedrock for the sustenance of democracy, we simply look at how our government, through its laudable policies and programs, is responding to the yearnings of the people, especially in matters of their welfare. Good governance is where a government strives to attend to the needs of the people and indeed manages the finances of the nation transparently and honestly to the satisfaction of the electorate. Progressive philosophy encourages good governance and development, which ab initio is the reason for the existence of government. In practical terms, this translates to, number one, investing in robust social programs that provide a foundation for all Nigerians to thrive. We envision a Nigeria with accessible health care, good quality education for every child, and social security that offers dignity to our elderly and supports those facing challenging times. Implementing a fair and progressive tax system where those who have benefited most from our nation's resources contribute their fair share to its development. Protecting the rights of workers, ensuring fair wages and safe working conditions that allow every Nigerian to earn a decent living through honest labor. Safeguarding our environment and natural resources, recognizing that today's wealth should not come at the cost of our children's future. Promoting social justice and equality, dismantling the barriers of discrimination that have held back too many of our brothers and sisters for too long. Now let us try to go to an overview of the impact of progressive ideology in governance. A quick look at the impact of progressive ideology in governance in countries of the West, as an example, will drive my postulation home. To wit, that the progressive ideology is indeed a bedrock for democracy and good governance. In the United Kingdom, the post-World War II Labour government established the National Health Service, better known by its initials, NHS. and this is to provide universal healthcare access. This progressive policy has become a cornerstone of the British society, demonstrating how government action can dramatically improve the quality of life of its citizens. In like manner, it was the Democrats that initiated both the social security system and Medicare programs in America. In 1935, the Democrats and President Franklin Roosevelt created Social Security, which provides economic subsistence for the less privileged. In 1965, the Democrats and President Lyndon Johnson created Medicare, a policy that ensures that Medicare is available to the poor and vulnerable. These are significant landmarks in American history, and it is not by accident that they were championed by Democrats. More recently, the Affordable Care Act, otherwise known as Obamacare, which is aimed at providing health insurance coverage for all Americans, was championed by Democrats and President Barack Obama in 2010. The program background of this act is that it is designed to protect consumers from insurance companies that might drive up treatment costs or restrict care due to the inability of patients to pay. This is the polycentric signature of progressive ideology. The APC and the progressive ideal, All Progressive Congress, which is our party, shares people-centric and people-oriented values with other progressive movements worldwide. Like the ANC in South Africa or the Workers' Party in Brazil, we believe in the power and responsibility of government to improve lives and build a more equitable society. But make no mistake about it, our approach is uniquely different in Nigeria, because that Nigeria is tailored to a special circumstances. There are special needs and aspirations of our great people. In a complex society like our country, it must take some level of technical engineering to manage leadership. Our party's manifesto and programs practically captured our commitment to progressive ideas. Under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, we are now putting these ideals into action. Toward social welfare, we have announced the reinstatement and expansion of our social investment programs with an ambitious goal of providing direct support to 75 million Nigerians across 50 million households. This includes the revitalization of initiatives like the conditional cash transfer and the Empower programs. In healthcare, we have unveiled plans for massive investment in our health sector, including a comprehensive revamp of the primary healthcare centers. We are also redesigning the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund to enhance access to essential services. In education, the establishment of the Students' Loan Act 2023 and Nigerian Education Loan Fund demonstrates our commitment to expanding access to higher education, ensuring that financial constraints do not hold back our brightest minds. Economic reforms. While measures like the unification of exchange rates and the removal of fuel subsidy may pose short-term challenges, we are committed to implementing robust social welfare measures to cushion their impact on vulnerable populations. Our belief that these reforms will improve the welfare of most people in the long term remains unwavering. In food security, we have provided a 200 billion naira intervention fund to address urgent issues and have also introduced other emergency policies that will improve food security, such as the duty waiver on food items and distribution of fertilizers across the country. These initiatives represent the practical application of progressive principles the belief in an active government working for the betterment of all citizens, the commitment to social justice and equality, the dedication to creating opportunities for every Nigerian to reach their full potentials is behind the driving principle of our various progressive programs. The role of the Progressive Institute in promoting progressive ideology is what we should now be talking of. As we launch the Progressive Institute today, we do so with a clear understanding of its pivotal role in further developing and refining these initiatives. It is heartwarming to know that this institute will serve as the intellectual engine of our progressive movements, bridging the gaps between our ideals and the practical realities of governance in Nigeria. To this end, I'm glad to note that the Progressive Institute will conduct rigorous research on progressive ideals and their pragmatic implications, providing us with empirical research-driven solutions to help our party deliver more efficient governance. We expect the Institute to develop comprehensive curricula for ideological training, not just for our party members, but also for those in government. This will enhance the intellectual foundation of our party, ensuring that our progressive values permeate every level of governance. We expect that they will elevate the quality of our policy formulation and implementation through research-driven, empirical and accountable approaches, serve as a platform for well-defined ideological discussions, helping to distinguish the APC's progressive stance from other political ideologies, leverage on science and technology to deepen internal democracy within the APC, embracing innovation and innovative approaches to party operations and governance, engage directly with the public, serving as a bridge between our party's vision and the aspiration of our citizens. Through this engagement, we will ensure that our policies are not just progressive in theory, but responsive to the real needs of Nigerians. We expect you to develop long-term visions and strategies for addressing Nigeria's challenges, providing forward-thinking solutions that are aligned with our progressive ideologies. As I reflect on the significance of this moment, I'm struck by a remarkable realization. The All Progressive Congress is poised to become the first political party in Africa to establish a dedicated think tank of this nature. While some may point to institutions like the ANC Political School in South Africa, the Progressive Institute represents a pioneering step forward, a full-fledged think tank devoted to rigorous policy research and development. This is not just a first for Nigeria, it is a first for our continent. It underscores our commitment to evidence-based policy making and sets a new standard for political parties across Africa. However, let me be clear. Our goal isn't to be first for accolades. The accurate measure of the Progressive Institute's success, and indeed of our party, will be the tangible impact we have on the lives of ordinary Nigerians. By establishing this institute, we are not just creating a think tank, we are laying the foundation for a new era of governance in Nigeria and potentially in Africa. We are demonstrating that political parties can and should be at the forefront of policy innovation, driving progress through rigorous research and analysis. This pioneering step carries with it a great responsibility. We must ensure that the Progressive Institute lives up to its potential and that it truly becomes a catalyst for transformative policies that improve the lives of all Nigerians. It must distinguish the APC as a party that does not just seek power, but also actively works to use the power to improve the lives of all citizens. The success of the Progressive Institute, and indeed of our party, will be measured not by the elegance of our ideas, but by the tangible impact we have on the lives of ordinary Nigerians. It is through the clear accomplishment of the Institute's objective that we will genuinely distinguish the APC as a party for the people. In conclusion, as progressives, we are mindful of the fact that public services like education, healthcare, security, criminal justice, and social services are critical to equal opportunities in a civilized society. Often, these can only be achieved through reforms. These reforms may seem difficult and unpalatable initially, like the removal of subsidy and exchange rate reunification. It may seem difficult and unpalatable, but for the reasons that are very obvious, we have to just swallow the pill. Cynics may be skeptical of progressive policies, viewing them as unrealistic or economically unsound. To them, I say, look at the evidence before us. Progressive policies, when implemented thoughtfully, have lifted millions out of poverty in other climes, spurred economic growth, and created more stable and prosperous societies across the world. We are not pursuing ideologies for its sake. We are pursuing what works. The Progressive Institute will play a critical role in analyzing our policy proposals, ensuring that our progressive vision is grounded in sound economic principles and tailored to Nigeria's unique context. Market these ideologies, defend these programs, educate the masses, sensitize our people to understand the initial challenges that comes with progressive policies, and when finally accomplished, brings in prosperity for all. Moreover, we acknowledge the challenges ahead. Implementing progressive policies in a diverse and complex nation like Nigeria is no small feat. We will face resistance. We will face setbacks. There will be unforeseen obstacles and tailwinds. But it is precisely because of these challenges that we need the Progressive Institute. The Institute will serve as our compass, guiding us through difficult decisions, helping us stay true to our progressive values, even in the face of adversity. To my fellow party members, Nigeria's intellectual community, and all citizens committed to our nation's progress, this is a call to action. Engage with the Progressive Institute, support its work, challenge its ideas, contribute to your expertise and experiences. Let's help them to work for us all. To our party members, I urge you to see the Institute as a resource for deepening your understanding of progressive governance. Participate in its training programs. Contribute to its research, and use its insight to inform your work at all levels of government. To our intellectuals and academics, I invite you to bring your expertise to bear on the pressing issues facing our nation. The Progressive Institute will provide a platform for your ideas to shape policies and drive real change in Nigeria. To our youth, I say, the Progressive Institute is your institute. It is a place where your voices can be heard and your innovative ideas can be expressed. Engage with it, challenge it if possible, and use it as a launchpad for your vision of a better Nigeria. And to all Nigerians, I say the Progressive Institute is here to serve you, and its success depends on your active participation. Share your experiences, your challenges, your aspirations. Help us ensure that our policies genuinely reflect the needs and dreams of every Nigerian. So, for all practical purposes, the establishment of the Progressive Institute is not merely the creation of another think tank. It is an audacious statement of our unshakable commitment to a progressive ideology that will shape Nigeria's future for generations. The path we have chosen is not an easy one. It demands great courage. It demands dedication. It demands sacrifice and a willingness to challenge the status quo. But it is the only path that leads to the Nigeria we all dream of. A nation where every citizen, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to thrive. Where social justice is not just an ideal, but a lived reality. Where our collective welfare takes precedence over individual gain. As we leave this gathering today, let us carry with us the excitement of a new beginning and a renewed sense of purpose and responsibility. Let each of us commit to being an ambassador of our progressive ideology. Let's reduce the attitude of criticisms. Let us help our communities understand the new reality of progressive policies and principles. Let us engage our fellow citizens, listen to their concerns, show them through our words and actions how progressive policies can transform their lives for the better. As a practical way to walk my talk, let me declare here and now that all the council chairmen and councillors who will emerge from our local government elections this month in Imo State will come to the Progressive Institute for workshops. And the whole idea is to build them up on the progressive ideology for grassroots development. To the management and the administrators of the Institute, today's inauguration should be seen as the beginning of a long journey. You are now faced with the responsibility of growing this institute into a reputable and credible institution that should outlive all of us. As I said at a different forum, we need strong institutions to build the country we desire. History tells us that strong institutions are more important than strong men. Let me end this inaugural address by reiterating that with the Progressive Institute as our guide, with our commitment to social justice and welfare for all citizens, and with our unity as a party and as a people, there is no challenge we cannot overcome, and there is no height we cannot reach. In my final words, I want to state as follows. As committed progressives, we must run a government whose focus is to address the problems of our citizens with an emphasis on their collective well-being and development. Where a partnership with the private sector delivers the public interest, we will pursue it. Where decentralization gives citizens more control of their affairs, we will support it. And where technology is needed to make this possible, we will drive it. The future of Nigeria is in our hands. Let us shape it with wisdom, compassion, and unshakable commitment to the great progressive ideas we hold dear. Together, we will build a Nigeria that will be the pride of Africa, a shining example to the world of what progressive governance can achieve. I want to thank all of you, and may God bless us all. Long live the progressive ideology, long live APC, long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. And as you go back to your various destinations, may the Almighty God guide and protect you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At the background, I was hearing Onwa, and I want to also join them in saying Onwa. I really don't know what it means, but I'm sure it's a traditional title, and it means a great deal to His Excellency. I would want to recognize in our midst the Honorable Minister for State, Labor and Employment, Honorable Nkiruka Onyocha. Please can we give her a big round of applause. Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming. Thank you. Thank you. I have also been asked by the Deputy Senate President, who represented the Senate President, to render his apology for not recognizing in its proper place the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, as well as the representative of the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I hope his apology has been taken by the crowd. Please, if that is so, please can we give him a big round of applause. Thank you very much. On that note, I would want to call on our very special guest of honor, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, ably represented by the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Alhaji Kyari. He's coming forth to make that presentation. I'm sure we are just rounding up, so just please can we just have your patience. After his speech, we will do the unveiling of the plaque here with us, the unveiling of the plaque of the TPI, and thereafter we would disperse.
Thank you very much. As the MCA has alluded, I am here to represent His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is, I think, was to represent the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. So I am here representing a representative. But I'm also humble and also give me great pleasure to be here as myself, a representative of a representative. Myself, I said this is coming home for me because as the immediate past acting national chairman of the party, I feel honored to be standing here in front of you. Your Excellency, the President of the Senate, His Excellency Godswill Akpabio, CON, ably represented by my brother, my friend, and my big brother, Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barrow Green, CON, the Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, ably represented by House Leader, Honorable Julius Ionvere, our host, the National Chairman of the great party, His Excellency Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, OFR, the Chairman of the Progressive Governors, His Excellency Hope Zodima, the Governor of Ondo State, His Excellency Lucky Ayeditewa, and the Deputy Governor of Kogi State, who incidentally actually looks like governor. I told him 2 days ago, I told him, I said, our big brother, the Secretary of the Federation, His Excellency Senator George Akume. And permit me as a person, not as a representative, to recognize, especially my brother, the Deputy National Chairman, who was my successor also in the party, the Chairman of IPAC, National Committee of the party, honorable ministers, my colleagues, that of Science, Innovation and Technology, FCT, and that of Labour. Reverend Matthew Hassan Kuka, you're welcome to the APC. DG of the Progressive Institute, the former Deputy of Kano State, Deputy Governor of Kano State, His Excellency Gauna, the former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Babangida Nguroje, State Chairman of the APC, members of the largest party and the greatest party in Africa, the APC, here present, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I have a speech here that is addressed as text addressed by the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, which was supposed to be delivered by His Excellency, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. So for my humble self, I'm here standing, but the words are that of Mr. President. And it goes by saying, it gives me pleasure to be part of this epoch-making ceremony of unveiling this great institute, TPI, of our great party. The institute manifests a collective desire as Nigeria's ruling political party to enrich the nation's polity as well as the nature, character, and the quality of engagement. It is also to fundamentally reorder, reshape, and leave a lasting legacy on the relationship between political parties and the Nigerian voter. I wish to commend and also congratulate the national chairman and members of the National Working Committee of our great party for their shared commitment and vision, which led to the establishment of this important institution. I was informed that the vision of the institute is to be among the world's best. It cannot be otherwise in view of our collective preference of excellence as a political party. The idea of a think tank and an intellectual resource center of our great party is not only timely, strategic. It is strategic because of the need to change the paradigm of engagement in the All Progressive Congress and the Nigerian electorate. There is certainly an urgent need to build an organic relationship between the Nigerian people, create and sustain an all-season APC voter education effort designed to promote inclusiveness, ownership, and empowerment. We are committed to enhancing the power of Nigerians to freely make electoral choices. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one of the issues that I am passionate about and I have had occasions to discuss with the national chairman of our great party is the issue of ideology. This is a fundamental matter which must be addressed urgently by the institute, especially to give us a philosophical direction and foundation. I was informed of the proposal by the institute to organize a national conference on progressive ideology. I agree with this initiative, especially because it provides a national platform for our leaders to discuss and agree on the nature and content of what constitutes a progressive ideology. Progressivism is a universal concept, and its definitions are influenced by local peculiarity. As leaders and members of this party, it is our duty to collectively define our identity as a political party, as well as implications of this on governance. I wish to assure you of my interest not only to participate in this national discourse, but to anxiously expect its outcome. Even more important is the training curriculum that will emerge from this process. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today's unveiling of the Great Institute is an unprecedented event in the history of our country and in the West African region. It is arguably the first time a political party will officially be discussing the development of a philosophy as a framework of governance. This is one of the ways to ensure accelerated development on the basis of agreed ideology. The matter of approach to development has always been contentious in our country. This APC initiative would help in the efforts to address the matter. Finally, it is my pleasure to invite Your Excellencies, Mr. Chairman, the State Governors, and members of the National Working Committee to join me as I formally unveil the Progressive Institute to the glory of the Almighty and the generation of Nigerian Democrats. Thank you and bless us all.
So that nobody jumps up and starts taking off. You hear some stars. So it's just fireworks. So yes, after the unveiling, they will do that. Excellency, the representative Vice President, this is the actual moment of the unveiling. We invite the representative Vice President to please come forth and then move on the veil so we unveil the itself. Yes, they are just behind you, very much behind you. They are very much. Please just hold this one up and then, yes. 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 And I think we have the lights here. Yes, 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 yes. So be careful. Can we take, the pictures over, can we take the national anthem? Are we on standby? Are we on standby with the national anthem? Okay. Photographers, are we ready? Can we take the national anthem? We'll take just first stanza. Are we on? You can run it now, please. Sound. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think we should all be leaving now. Thank you.